This is the SF2000 Portable Handheld Game Console, Support AV Output, IPS Screen, Classic Mini Retro Game Player, which looks just like a Super Nintendo controller and costs just $20.57. Mine didn't come in any kind of box like I've seen in some other YouTube videos. It just came in bubble wrap, but I don't really care at this price, so let's get this thing open. Now, I don't expect this to hold up to devices like the RG35XX or Retroid Pocket, but compared to those drugstore handhelds, I think this cheap little device might have a place in the world. Alright. Looks like this device does support AV out. It comes with a pretty long cable, actually. That's a lot longer than some others I've seen. And we have, is this Type-C? Yes, it is Type-C. Some instructions. Oh, that's quite interesting. It comes with a little skin, I think. Is that what that is? That's actually pretty cool. And the device itself actually has some weight to it. Not bad. From a physical standpoint, this is actually pretty nice. Definitely feels pretty solid. So we've got a removable battery back here, I believe. We have our power switch, Type-C. Actually has a micro SD card. I think that is the AV out. And then this is our volume, I would assume. So I don't know if this has a headphone jack in that case. If that's just for AV out. I'd be curious if the Type-C adapter would work from the adapter you'd use on a phone or something like that. But let's get this screen protector off. Alright, let's turn this thing on. Alright. This is a kind of ugly interface, but definitely not the worst I've ever seen. Let's see what systems we have here. Famicom, Super Famicom, and for those who don't know, that's just Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Mega Drive, Game Boy, Color, Advance, Arcade, and it looks like that is it. So let's go ahead and maybe test a game from each. But first, let's go ahead and look at the settings. See what kind of options we have here. So the ROMs list for, I assume, if you add your own ROMs. A search, language settings, that AV out. And it looks like that's all there is for settings. Alright, let's try NES game. Ooh, some screen tearing there. I like the D-pad. This stick just feels like a Switch Joy-Con stick. I don't know that you would want to use this in this game, but maybe in some of the arcade games that are included on the system. The triggers are fine. I actually like the face buttons. They're a little spaced out compared to what I would prefer, but I like the big buttons. And this actually feels like it's running really quite well, I think. Alright, let's try another system. It looks like you just push start and select to get to this menu, which doesn't really have any emulator settings as far as I can tell. Alright, Super Nintendo. This is the system that I would hope would run well on this, considering the appearance of the device. Let's test the audio. Ooh, that doesn't sound too good. Turn that off. Oh. This is not good. I would definitely not play. I would not play it this way, I don't think. Oh, I can barely control anything. Now, I haven't tried any other SNES games, but I'm gonna go ahead and say you probably don't want this for SNES games. Now, I don't think it's gonna play Mega Drive all that well either if it didn't play SNES. Game Boy, let's go ahead and try some Tetris. And I don't think there's any kind of settings for your filters or screen ratio. So I guess it's just gonna be how it is. But this looks pretty good. I would play this. And as far as I can tell, it's running at full speed. I don't think it should have any issue with Game Boy games. Alright, let's try Game Boy Color. As far as I can tell, this plays pretty well too. So let's see if it can play Advance. I think it might struggle here. Yeah, this is not great either. Nope. Yep. I would probably say that you don't want to play Game Boy Advance games on this system. That's alright. Let's try something out of the MAME list. This is where I'm hoping this stick maybe will be a little bit of a help. Now, I haven't really played this game or a lot of MAME, so I'm not sure if this is running how it should be, but I think it's doing pretty well. And if you're trying to get that feeling that you're playing the arcade, I think the stick is better than the D-pad. Ultimately, for this price, and if you just want to play some NES, Game Boy Color, and maybe some MAME games, I think that this is actually a good buy. Now, if you particularly care about screen tearing or perfect emulation speed, I wouldn't go for this device, or even for those systems. But for some casual gaming, and just because it looks so cool, I think this is a cool device. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below. And stay tuned, because next time we're taking a look at this Game & Watch clone. See you next time.